Hello everybody, Snowstorm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we have reached a point where the Allied forces are preparing for a large military campaign and offensive in Zarkabard. And so we become part of that. We're basically being assigned as messengers to try to coordinate everything. And so we're looking to try to get an advantage, and Lilithset had the idea to try to talk to someone who was there so that we might learn the particulars of how the battle progressed in the timeline where they won, and so that when we go there we can put our thumb on the scale a little bit and make sure things turn out the way that they should. So we came to Sandoria, we talked to Halver, and he pointed us in the direction of someone who is visiting Sir Regalis's grave on a regular basis. So that is where we're going to go head. Alright, so we're going to head out of here. First place we need to go is we need to go to Juno, and we need to buy some flowers. Alright, so if we go... down here, talk to Dabby here. She sells flowers and we want a lilac. Alright, now we want to head out to Battaglia Downs. And fastest way to do that and get where we're going to want to go is to use the survival guide and head to Eldim Necropolis. That should be Norvalen. Yes, Eldim Necropolis. And then we head back out to Battaglia Downs. Alright, we're looking for the weathered gravestone. This is the one right here. Have you ever been here, Tuna? This section of the burial ground is dedicated to the poor souls who lost their lives in the war. Father, too, has been laid to rest here. And Mother, next to him. There seems to be no visitors at the moment. Which reminds me, we came empty-handed, at many things, but certainly not an ungrateful daughter. Father was always partial to lilacs. Juno, might I trouble you to fetch some from Juno? There you should be able to find vendors that stock them. In the meantime, I'll stay here and give this place a woman's touch. Well, we already have the lilac, so Thank you, Tuna. This means a lot to me. Let's offer a word of prayer, shall we? Somebody there? Well, I'll be damned. If it ain't his very own flesh and blood. There's no mistaking that fire red hair and them eyes gleaming with mischief. I've heard much about you, but never had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Might I trouble you for your name, sir? I've gone and forgot my manners, haven't I? Beg your pardon, miss. I'm Larzos, a retired soldier of the Allied forces. Do you know, wasn't this person sided with Lilith? Yeah, there definitely is a Larzos who sided with Lilith. I had the distinct honor of fighting beside your father in the Battle of Zarkabard. He saved me from so many a bind, I've fair lost count. If it isn't too much trouble, could you tell me of the battle, and the father too? Why, nothing would please this old musketeer more, little missy. At Zarkabard, the Allies put into motion Operation Snowstorm, a right audacious strategy drawn up by your father, and laid siege to Castle's Wall. Yes, the Allies' triumph at Castle's Wall effectively heralded the end of the war. Oh, I see you haven't neglected your history lessons. If the siege hadn't succeeded, there would have been no striking down of the Shadow Lord. Sir Regalis played a vital role in our victory, but the price was dear. Not a man in his unit was left standing when the fighting was through. I'm sure you know your father was a good-natured soul, quick with a jest and true to his word. Well, in the battlefield, he fought like a man possessed, with a ferocity that made mice of beastmen. All of us were hard-pressed to believe he was nursing an injury that whole time. Admired by one and all, your father was a true soldier's soldier. It gutted me to hear that the wound claimed him after the war. The operation, did it proceed smoothly? Did anything unusual or unexpected occur during the battle? If there's something you recall, I'd love to hear of it. Anything at all? Let me see. Well, now that you mention it, there was this one strange occurrence. It happened just as we were storming the keep proper. Making our way towards the throne room, we were cutting through score after score of demons. And there was this blinding flash of light, accompanied by a deafening blast. Shocked into stillness, I gazed up and saw a massive cloud floating overhead. Or a star, rather. I'm afraid the years haven't been kind to this old Yalka's memory. Whatever it was enveloped in an eerie light. For a space, I thought I was dreaming, and so did those around me. We all stood there unmoving, weapons slack in hand. How much time passed, I can't say. But when we finally snapped out of our trance, the ground we stood was littered with the lifeless corpses of our foes. Standing near to me was Sir Regalis, his face deathly pale. I asked him what that was all about, but his jaws were clenched tight. Needless to say, then wasn't the time nor place to be speculating. We just assumed it was some beastman magic as we went and clashed with the next wave of demons. No one's been able to explain the occurrence to this day, or bother to try, I should say. A star. That ain't all. Sometime after the war, I ran into Sir Regalis by chance. We were reminiscing in the past, tankards in hand, when he said something peculiar about that bizarre occurrence. I don't recall it word for word, but he mentioned feeling a quiet pride at spurning an alliance with darkness, even at Mina's death. An alliance with darkness? I tilted my head at his words, but being his daughter and all, perhaps you can make some sense of them. That unusual enough for you, little missy? It certainly was. I best be going now, but don't hesitate to call on me if you ever need anything. That's the least I can do to repay the man who saved my life. Thank you, Mr. Larzos. So, the Larzos of our reality isn't the minion of Lilith. What was it exactly that transpired at Zarkabard? It seems a decision was forced upon Sir Reglis, something monumental. Whatever it is, it must be averted. Do you know, we must hurry and return to the past, to Zarkabard. Alright, so we now need to head to Zarkabard. I think what we're just gonna do... Where in the world am I? Okay. Where's the entrance? There it is. Okay. To go back into the Necropolis, use the survival guide there to head to Bosidine in the past, because that should put us right near the Zarkabard border. Alright, so we should get a cutscene here. Goodness, I've never seen so many troops rally to one place. It truly is the moment of truth for the Allied forces. Oh, you. You're late, behind schedule. Kate Sith. The operation was about to commence without you. Begin right away. The two of you are taking part, if I'm not mistaken. My assumption correct? But of course, Tune and I will be serving as messengers for the Allies. What of yourself, Kate Sith? Will you be joining us? I have someone with whom I must meet. A prior engagement. As such, I leave this end of the business to you, and your trusty paws. Do your utmost to steer the Allies towards success, whatever you can. That goes without saying. I'll be on my merry way. Toodle along. Let's hear it, Yuna. We must first report to the Sandorian forces. Their encampment should be west of here, a short distance before the castle. Walk of Echoes. Now then. Alright, off I go to stop Atomos from devouring the Vana'diel whence those two came, the brighter of two futures. But how exactly? Alright, so here we are. Now, there is a home point here, and I don't remember if I got it, so we're going to swing by there first. It's there near that vertical conflux that heads to the Walk of Echoes. Alright, so let me get over there, and I'll be back. Alright, we should be close by. Alright, there's a vertical conflux. That's for other things. Yep, that's a new home point. Excellent. So now we can head there as needed. Now, from here, we want to head to Rally Point Red, which is where the Sandorian forces are located, which is that red dot on the map right there. On the marked up maps that I have, so. Well, there's a lot of nasty stuff out here during this time period. Alright. Now, we don't want the shiny glowy thing over here. What we want is this point right here, Rally Point Red. What took the two of you so long, if I may ask? Mr. Mayakov, why are you here? Ever since the troops departed for Zarkabard, I had been ill at ease, tossing and turning in bed, unable to get a wink of sleep. Then it dawned on me that I simply couldn't stand being left out of the action. So here I am. We're ecstatic to have you join us, sir. How go the Allies' preparations? Just fine and dandy, it would seem. All units have now taken positions. Ironic that the operation would be delayed by its very namesake. It would be unwise to proceed while visibility is compromised. I submit that we await the storm's abatement. Very well. Let us not hasten that which could well determine the fate of Vana'diel. The numbers seem far fewer than reports have suggested. Praise be to Altana. Pardon my audacity, Sir Agalis, but surely you haven't forgotten about Portia. Poor girl is being held somewhere within the keep, awaiting rescue. Pray forgive me. My priority is to lead the Allied forces, my Iron Crest Hawks, to victory. Beyond that objective, naught else matters. What? No. So you're the ones behind all the strange incidents of late, eh? Not the least of all the appearance of them cavernous maws. A tad late to be given advice now, but you should have kept to the shadows. Marching in here, brazen as you please, you gotta be either suicidal or stupid. If I make bold, we consider ourselves neither. 'Tis my mistress's wish that she be granted an audience with his lordship. Well, looks to be your lucky day. Liege Lord of the Dark Kindred, Supreme Commander of the Beastmen Confederate, Great Unifier of Beastmen, and Emperor-in-Waiting of all Vana'diel, the Lord of Shadows, that is to say, the Shadow Lord. Mind you, insolence won't be abided in the presence of his mightiness. Kneel in deference, nay, prostrate yourselves before... That tongue will be the death of you, Flit. That's Flit. Okay. What? Aw, they noticed me. 1,000 pardons. Incivility was far from our intention, but certain safeguards had to be taken. Likewise. Such unseemly display in the throne room. Enough of this. You obviously have something to say, so say it. We shall not mince words. We possess knowledge of the future. Know you how the Crystal War plays out? Should you not be privy to this knowledge, we shall enlighten you. Decades may pass and countless battles may be fought, but this conflict shall see no end. The future that lies in wait is one of fire and brimstone. The land shall be scorched, then washed in blood, only to be scorched once more. Don't sound pretty, but it's within the rage and flames of conflict that courage and valor find their true worth. There are, however, those who refuse to embrace destiny, a meddlesome cat and a naive young girl and her misguided companion. That's quite the motley crew, if you ask me. They come to this age seeking to fabricate a reality stripped of the existence of our two factions. Do continue. As such, we come to extend our hand in an alliance. A truce, until such time as the meddlers are removed from the picture. 'Tis in neither of our best interests to be lunging at each other's throats, while those who would undo us stand poised to slip a knife between our ribs. The future indeed. Not that the underworld's ever concerned itself with the laws of time. What do you think, boss? I wouldn't blame you for being dubious. Very well. You and yours will not be met with harassment from my minions until said matter has been settled. Huh? Your assent gladdens me. We two are much alike, as brother and sister. Let us do well by one another. You sure about this, boss? Lit? One of your origins should not be incognizant to the aura of darkness they possess. Well, you had the right of it there. Then it is settled. As a gesture of goodwill, we shall make our troops available to you in the coming battle. They have an army of demons under their command could only mean one thing, but... Fine. As the boss said, no harassment from us. You're free to do as you will. Further, we have taken the liberty of arranging a distraction that should serve to confound your besiegers. All this elbow rubbing between friend and foe. It's as if we're back in the age of beasts. But whatever happens from this point onwards, I can't imagine Master being displeased. If he's here, then Odin must be involved somewhere. A magnificent performance, milady. Suppressing murderous intent does stiffen my shoulders so. Slacken your vigilance not for an instant. We must be poised to go on the offensive as soon as the cat is removed and their accursed future devoured clean. As you wish, my lady. You could cut the tension with a butter knife. Oh no, please no, don't notice me. Nobody here. Aquila? Yes, ma'am. I had assigned you a task. You were to take care of a certain halfling. What became of that? I asked you a simple question. Forgive my lady, I mean, who would have thought he would actually succeed in summoning Fenrir? Each pathetic word of excuse sputtered out serves only to truncate your life. That you have your own agenda is plain to see. What is it you're scheming? Time, Lady Lilith. More time is all I beg of you. There is a task I must fulfill regardless of the cost. With these hands I wish to bend the power of nature, the gods, to my will. The gods, you say? I give you my solemn word. That which I seek to accomplish will be without detriment to the future, to our cause. You tread on thin ice with your presumptions of my forbearance. Very well, go then and fulfill this blind ambition of yours. Know, though, that I'll suffer no treachery. Your life is mine to do as I see befits its worth. Yep, because he's from the same future she is. Must have made a deal to come back here to try to do what he wanted to do. So the fool was consumed by his own ambition. Pitiful wretch. From this moment on, you shall bear his burdens as your own. Have I made myself clear? Yes, my lady. Scout reporting, sir. A northbound Beastman battalion has been sighted passing the checkpoint. The time has come. Attend me, one and all. Operation Snowstorm is hereby commenced. Upon my signal, we move out. Winders first, with Bastok and Sandora to follow. You two, take word to the other nations' encampments. Lo, the storm is abated. The goddess watches over us. My comrades, faithful children of the goddess, our journey has been long, but the end is in sight. The final battle to preserve all that we hold dear has begun. Mr. Mayakov, isn't there anything we can do for Portia? Don't you worry, Sir Hercules is not some heartless brute. I'll wager he's got a dozen tricks up his sleeve to bring her back to us. I hope so. In the meantime, we each have duties to perform. You're supposed to deliver messages to the Windurstian and Bastocken encampments, yes? Yes, sir. The Federation forces stationed southeast of here should be your first stop. Hurry along now. Alright, let's head down to the Windurstian forces then. So that would be Rally Point Green, southeast of here. Yep, that green dot. Let's see. Yeah, it's right here. Hello. Oh, that's Lilith, right. That young lady there. Allied messenger Lilith reporting, sir. I come with word from the Sandorian encampment. Operation Snowstorm is commenced. Is His Excellency Warlock Warlord Robel Akbel present? The Warlock Warlord is currently attending to matters elsewhere. In his absence, Mastercaster Kayul Payul here has been appointed acting commander of Windurstian's northern forces. Oh, I see. What's this? I have to check on my girls for a moment. And what do I come back to but to find you with cheeks all flushed, nattering away with some dancer lass? Bad Mastercaster. Bad Mastercaster. You're supposed to be leading us, for crying out loud. Get a hold of yourself already. Oh, she thought he was flirting with her. What? You've got it all wrong. It's not what it seems. I mean, who do you take me for? My fearless ladies, the hour has come. Our objective is to purge the caverns of enemy presence, after which our Bastocken allies are enter and to plant explosive charges. Alright, it's high time we saw some action. Do your utmost to reduce enemy numbers and clear the path for those who are to follow. Speed is of the essence. Enter the cave, make mincemeat out of the enemy, walk out and wipe the blood off her weapons. What's this supposed to be? Kindergarten? Yeah, you tell him, sister. Mastercaster, keep a close eye on our performance today and share with all you see with the Warlock Warlord. He's the one holding the corn purse for our pay, you know. Only now that we learn to appreciate Master Leko's flair for dealing with the Mithrin mercenaries. Oi, why are you two still dawdling around? Come along. Huh? Are you talking to us? Who's gonna be talking to? The Star Sybil? We're gonna make some serious hell today. Wake the dead. Don't go tripping over any tails. Before you go, take this Mage Light signal flare. You'll need it to signal your entry to the cavern. It's for the benefit of our Sandorian and Bastocken allies, so they are kept the form of our movement. Spares are available if you have need of another. Now, go and do Windurst proud. Alright, so we have the Mage Light Signal Flare. Alright, so to the southeast, there should be some spell-worked snow. Alright, now it should start our battle. Prelude to a storm. Let's go. Alright, so we just need to go in there and kill a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, let's get the wyvern out. Not that I'm really gonna need it, but... Alright, Pisoso, I'll talk to you. You must be the volunteer that Mastercaster K.O. Payo mentioned. Thank you oh so much for helping us out. You see, the mission is so fraught with danger, no one wanted to take part. But then you haplessly showed up at the most opportune timing. Our objective is as straightforward as a road without turns. Burns, bends, or wends. These caverns are thick with beastmen, you see, and your task is to eliminate them. Biff bash kapowie. But as we don't have all the time in the world, do keep an eye on the clock. As the saying goes, haste makes for great taste. No, wait. Never mind. I'll be following closely behind, so just give her a holler when you finish clearing the caverns of monsters. And without further ado, let the extermination begin. Do well, clobber tons of monsters, and a juicy reward might be just waiting for you. Alright. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Gather you guys up. Because they're probably all just going to die in one hit. Pretty much. Miss. Alright. Oh, you have shadows because you're a ninja. Alright, right. Okay, you're the one that's gonna run. Okay, so then one of them is gonna run and should open the door to the next area. There we go. Yeah, actually what I want to do... Alright. Well, I'm trying to use Sonic Thrust to AoE them down, but they die so fast. There we go. At least we got some of them. Only managed to catch one. Give me restoring breath, thank you. Not that I really need the healing, but you might as well. Alright, he running. Oh, right, the final room. Well, I managed to get two of them. Alright, let's gather them up. Alright. I want all of you. Hey, orc. I don't think so. Let's see if I can get a good sonic thrust here. Oh, of course, it wants to give me you. Only two? Getting a little down on health. That's what the wyvern is for. Okay, now we got demons. They have significantly higher health. Alright, now I'll stun. Alright. But still not a ton of health. Basically, I should just sit here and wait. But it's always... Well, I got 4 of them that time. Alright. Still more? Still more. A lot more. Yeah, the Yagudo ninjas are annoying. Basically getting just animation locked constantly. Give me some health. Sonic Thrust. And auto-targeted the Herald again, because it always auto-targets the furthest thing away. There we go. Okay. Problem is that Sonic Thrust is a linear AoE instead of a circular AoE, which would be really nice to have right about now. Caught a few in that one. Alright, I am going to Impulse Drive. There we go. I think we might be almost done. Operation successful. The cavern's been cleared of all hostiles. Right. Wowzers, the caverns are squeaky clean of enemy presence. Mastercaster KUPU will surely hear of your splendid performance. The objective isn't over until you report back to base camp, so stay alert, okay? Yeah, see, that would have been pretty rough to try to do on a job less than 99 by myself. Impressive work, ladies. You call that a cave of hostiles? Bah! I've had rougher strolls through meadows back home in the motherland. With the aid of your extra hands, we've fulfilled our objective with the least of fuss. You've done Winters to great service. It isn't much, but do accept this token of our gratitude. Were times better, I would have offered you a more fitting reward for your deeds. Hear me one and all, that marks the end of but the first phase of the operation. Prepare yourselves well, for a long and arduous besiege is yet to come. Besiegement. Phew. Let's not waste any time, Tuna. Next we head to relay the message to the Bastocken army, northeast of here. Alright, we obtained a vile elixir. Excellent. Alright, now I need to go head over to the Bastocken army. But we're going to do that next episode, because we're kind of long here now. So we'll go ahead and stop here, and we'll come back and finish this up and see where things go when we come back. So for now, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.